Hello, this is how to create a virtual machine using the Google Cloud Platform. Today I'll be showing you how to spin up a virtual machine using the Google Cloud Platform, or GCP for short. We'll talk about the free GCP trial offer, we'll use the Compute Engine module, and we'll spin up a VM instance. To get started, if you don't already have a Google account, go ahead and sign up for one. If you do have an account, go ahead and log in now. Next, I'd like you to go to https://cloud.google.com/free. You'll notice that GCP offers 12 months with $300 free credit to get started on any product. They also offer an always free tier that lasts even beyond that initial free 12-month trial period. And the always free products can be seen down below, where you see Google App Engine, Google Cloud Data Store, the Google Compute Engine, Cloud Storage, Cloud PubSub, and other cloud functions. It's really probably one of the best offers in the free cloud platforms out there today. I feel even beating Azure by Microsoft and AWS by Amazon. So with that, you can click on View My Console once you've signed up. And here you see that I've logged into the Google Cloud Platform and the Virtual Machines project. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come down to the Compute area, the Compute Engine, and VM instances. You'll then see that the main portion of the website loads in the VM instances area, and you'll note that I already have 2 VM instances built within my console. So for this demonstration, I'm going to click on Create an Instance, and we're going to see the Create an Instance panel load in. Now, the first thing that should probably grab your attention is the estimated cost. GCP estimates about a $25 monthly estimate, or 3.5 cents per hour. The nice thing is it's pay for what you use, and there are no setup fees or second billing costs allowed. Now I'm going to go ahead and give my instance a name, and I'm going to call it CMIT 391 VM Project. And already you see I'm not in compliant with the naming convention, so I'll change that to CMIT 391 underscore TAC VM project. Okay, now we're compliant. Notice that the region and the zone defaults to Iowa. I'm going to pick something closer to me, say like Northern Virginia, and let it default to the correct zone. I'm going to use the micro one shared virtual CPU. Now I've selected that because when we were on the other free tier site, notice that the always free products include the Google Compute Engine with a micro instance. So that's why I selected the micro instance here. Notice also that that drops the monthly estimate for cost down to just $4.80, or less than a half of a cent per hour. So with that, I'm going to then move on to the boot disk area, and I'm going to click the change button so that you can get a feel for how many different virtual machine instances you can choose from. Now I'm scrolling here, and if we include the Windows versions, there must be about 30 altogether. For this project, I'm going to choose the Ubuntu 18.04 LTS. And I'm going to choose Select. Notice now that my boot disk has updated to a 10 gigabyte standard persistent disk and the Ubuntu 18.04 long-term support image. I'm not going to change anything in my identity and API access area. I am going to allow HTTP and HTTPS traffic on my firewall. I'm going to read one final warning that I might be billed for this instance, and I'm going to click on the Create button. You will see now that as it begins to build that VM instance, that the name of my instance has appeared in the VM instances, and I now see a green check mark to the left of my instance indicating that the build process has completed. I have an external IP, and I can click on this to go to it, or I can connect via SSH. If I come over here, this is a very important part of the instance here, because this is where I can stop, reset, or delete my virtual machine instance. When I am not using this VM, I am going to stop it so that I do not incur any charges, and even though I may be on a free tier, I don't want to take a chance of leaving that running and incurring charges that somehow go beyond the parameters of the free trial. So it's extremely important that once you're done with your experimentation and working with your project, that you come in here and you stop the VM. Okay, I'm going to drop back to the external IP, and I'm going to click this button here next to the link that shows me it's going to open in a new window. And right off the bat, it tells me that it can't connect. Okay, let's try the SSH. Okay, it's now transferring the SSH keys to the VM and attempting to connect. All right, and it looks like I now have a SSH window onto my new virtual machine instance. Note that I'm connected. I have the SSH RSA key fingerprint. I have the welcome banner, welcome to Ubuntu 18.04.1 long-term support. It gives me an indication of the system information, including system load, number of processes, logged in users, memory usage. It gives me an indication of whether the virtual machine needs to be updated, and presents me with a command prompt. So at this juncture, I can go ahead and run my first command, and you can get a feel for what my virtual machine instance looks like at this point. You'll also note that in the right hand upper corner of my SSH window, I have keyboard shortcuts I can send, and I can manipulate the appearance of my VM instance within this window. So at this juncture, I am going to go ahead and log out. And I am going to go ahead and stop the VM. I'll get this warning. You'll see a pop-up show up in the lower left corner saying that it's stopping the instance. And then you'll want to watch the icon to the left of the CMET 391 VM project, or the name of your VM instance. And after it has done the graceful shutdown, you'll see another pop-up, and you'll notice that your VM instance is now in the "this instance is stopped" mode. Okay, that's all I have for you on this video. We talked about the Google Cloud Platform, or GCP, trial offer. We used the Compute Engine module, and we spun up an actual VM instance with a Linux distribution of our choice. In this case, Ubuntu 18.04 long-term support version. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your project.